entire court is empty apart from a few cars. Hey everyone! So the coronavirus situation is becoming pretty crazy all around the world, and I hope all of you are well and staying safe. I wanted to share a bit with you what's going on for Cambridge students, what this means for our exams, what it means for our term and everything, what it's like to be a finalist, so in my third year, and just having our degree ended just like that. This is a bit high. But first of all, I wanted to say a little bit about the channel and what this means for the channel. So, you might not know that the reason why I stopped uploading videos for such a long time was because 1.5 years ago, I really badly injured my hand, and I'll put a photo of it probably now. Basically what happened was, in my right hand, a very good friend of mine said that I should try volleyball, as no pianist should ever do. So I went and played. Then what happened was I went in for a spike. It wasn't even like a dig, it wasn't like diving. What happened was a ball was coming for me, and then I went in for a spike, and then the ball only hit my thumb and wrenched it right back. It was traumatic. And yeah, that made second year really, really hard for me. I could not really play any piano. I had to learn to write with my left hand to write example sheets and do my degree. It's a very hard year, but anyway, more on that in another video. Getting back to what we're talking about, I recovered quite recently, and it's just been an absolute joy just getting back into piano. Again, more on this in another video. And what I really found was I had sort of forgotten about how much fun I had making YouTube videos for you all. I had all of these ideas for videos in the year or so when I was injured, but I couldn't do any of them because I was injured. And then a few months ago, yeah, I gradually rebuilt strength and recovered, and I suddenly realized, wait, I should do YouTube videos again. And so all of that eventually led up to creating that day in the life video that I've revived the channel with. You can see it probably here now. I had a lot of fun making that, and I had so many plans for videos, particularly because basically after I hurt my hand, Trinity got a new grand piano. It's a Steinway C in a beautiful room, and basically they replaced this piano that was getting really, really battered and old. And it's an absolute joy to play. Really, really beautiful. Like, on the piano scale rating, it might be like 80 out of 100. I wanted to record so many videos on that. I wanted to make medley videos with some really good pianist friends, like one's even becoming an international pianist, concert pianist. But looks like none of that is going to happen now. Because my hand was recovering, I wasn't able to record any backup videos, so it's a real shame. So basically what happened was last week we were all kicked out of college. So like a short notice. Like international students, it was really, really hard for them. So for all of the piano videos that I'm going to record now, they'll have to be on my on the upright we have at home, which is completely battered. But we had it tuned some time ago after not having it tuned for a while, so hopefully it'll sound okay. It is not that fun to play, having played on grand pianos, but hopefully we'll still get a nice sound out of it. What I really, really want to do is to try and keep this streak going. We've got a streak of 4 videos currently, like every Sunday. It's going to be a new video every Sunday, unlike Saturday that we had before. But new video every Sunday. I'll endeavour to keep it going as long as I possibly can. Hopefully it'll provide some kind of entertainment for you if you're stuck at home. Maybe something fun to watch every Sunday, and I'll try my best to keep that going. Again, I wanted to say every one of your likes, comments, subscriptions, it really does mean a lot to me. I do read through all of the comments, even the troll comments. But it really does mean a lot to me in making more videos. It's not easy to create content, especially now at this time, but I really do want to keep it going, and it really does mean a lot. I thought I'd just say that. Cool, so that's enough about the channel. Now I wanted to talk a bit about what's going on with Cambridge and its university students. Maybe I should introduce a little bit, just to clarify. I'm a third year maths student at Cambridge University right now, at Trinity College, and what's happened is basically last week, like just after the end of term, we were kicked out of college, and pretty much everyone who could had to leave to go home or to go abroad if they were international students. Not so long ago, we received the email saying that basically Easter term is cancelled, i.e. third term is cancelled. We'll pretty much have like no face-to-face teaching. We won't be in Cambridge anymore. We'll pretty much do everything at home. Yeah, and for exams, we're not really sure what that means. Like no one is really sure. Yeah, so a bit about the short notice and the chaos. It really was so stressful. Like, especially for international students, because it's hard for them to get back. So I have quite a few friends who found it very difficult to get tickets to get back to their homes abroad. One particular case was when I walked into the hall and saw one of my college children. So maybe I should explain a little bit about college children. Basically, we have this college family system, which is like completely like non-familial, non-romantic, that kind of thing, where second years look after the first years. But anyway, yeah, I walked into hall and just saw one of my college children incredibly distressed because he literally could not find a flight back home because they were just like all booked out or cancelled, that kind of thing. So yeah, he seemed really distressed about that. Probably has to stay in college, and then for other friends as well who it's really difficult. Like they will probably just have to stay in college. It's difficult to see whether the college can support them or anything. And then you look at Sainsbury's as well. You look at all the supermarkets. Like if you've been recently, a lot of them the shelves are just empty if you get there a bit later in the day. Really quite worried for friends who are staying in college. Do stay safe. Everything. Yeah, and then a bit more about the degree as well. So being my final year, this year's exams are incredibly important. So in Cambridge Maths, your first and second year are separate from your third year. The third year is the really important grade, but honestly, I'm not sure how the exams can take place. So a lot of stress and trouble has gone into trying to find a solution for that. As for teaching in the final term, it's likely that everything will be done over video call. I think the most significant thing that impacts all of the Cambridge students, especially for the finalists, is that this is pretty much the end. Like, for third year, like this is at least for many of my friends their final year, and they literally haven't had a chance to have a proper parting, let's say, or like to say goodbye. Yeah, so 2 days yesterday, I can't quite remember, in our group chat we were saying farewell, and it didn't really hit me. Like it hasn't really sunk in that I probably won't be seeing them. Very likely will not be seeing them in Cambridge and like anymore, and that literally is the end. Maybe I'll try to add some like Cambridge life in here just to liven it up a bit. But and maybe I'll talk a bit about like the final days that we had at term when everything was becoming really quiet. So this is a photo that I took on the day that I was about to leave. You can literally see the entire court is empty, apart from a few cars of people trying to get out of this mess of a situation. And maybe another thing that I should mention, maybe like to do with college life and university life, especially for Trinity, one of Trinity's biggest events, which is one of like the things it's world famous for, amongst other things, is its May Ball. The Trinity May Ball is one of the one of the apparently world's best parties. So maybe I'll put some photos and videos right now. A quick montage. It's cancelled for 2020. Like, I have a good friend on the committee who put a lot of work into it, and it's just cancelled. It's just not going to happen. So again, a lot of people were looking forward to this, and a lot of people go in their final year to see their friends off, say, and a celebration after exams. But again, it's not going to happen. I'm aware that this video is not like the usual bubbly tone that you see. But again, if you have any good requests or any good anime recommendations as well, then feel free to comment them down below. And with that, yes, thank you everyone, and see you next week. It's probably going to be anime. It's probably going to be an anime track. It might be something different, but we'll see. And with that, thank you everyone.